Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so in the morning session, we were discussing about the magnetic field, and we already discussed that the moving charges is responsible for the formation of magnetic field. Is it is clear? And the magnetic field is nothing, it is the region or the space around the magnet where you influence the magnetism, and we can represent the magnetic field by capital letter B, and its unit is Tesla. So I hope all these topics are clear. Now we are moving to the next topic, that is Lorentz force. So all of you write the heading Lorentz force. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about Lorentz force. So in order to discuss this Lorentz force, suppose you imagine a charge Q. It is moving with a velocity V in a uniform electric and magnetic field. Suppose you imagine here we are placing an object with a uniform electric field and a magnetic field. Here uniform electric field and a magnetic field is present here. Okay. So here the charge particle moving with velocity v through a uniform electric and magnetic field. Then what are the force that can be experienced on this charge particle? Can you guess what are the force that can be experienced on this charge particle? Once again I will give the condition that we are considering here. We are consider a charge particle with velocity. It is moving with a velocity through a uniform electric and magnetic field. Then what are the forces that can be experienced by this charge particle? Can you make a guess? Yes? Can you hear me? Okay. So here we are consider once again. Here we are considering a uniform electric and magnetic field. And the charge particles is passing through this uniform electric and magnetic field with a velocity v. What are the forces that can be experienced? What are the forces experienced on this charge particle Q? Just make a guess. It is passing through the electric field and the magnetic field. Then what are the forces are present in this charge particle Q? Yes. Unmute and say, Gauri.
Electrostatic force.
Yes, electrostatic force or electric force. It is the experiences a force due to electric field. It is correct. Then?
Magnetic.
Yes, it is also experience a force due to magnetic field because it is passing through a uniform electric field and a magnetic field. So what happens? This charge particle Q experiences a force due to electric field and a force due to magnetic field. So this is the condition. So consider a charge particle Q moving in an electric field and magnetic field with a velocity v. All of you write the condition that we are taken here.
Uniform
Suppose.
velocity V.
Yes?
Is it uniform velocity V?
No. It is not uniform velocity. They are traveling in a uniform magnetic field or electric field. Consider a charge particle moving with a velocity v through a uniform electric field and magnetic field, then this charged particle experience a force due to electric field. This charged particle is experience a force due to electric field, and it also experience a force due to magnetic field.
Can you repeat it?
Ma'am, cancel.
Okay. Consider a charged particle. Consider a charged particle moving with a velocity v. Consider a charged particle moving with a velocity v through a uniform electric and magnetic field. Through a uniform electric and magnetic field. Then it experiences the force due to electric field and magnetic field. Then it experiences a force due to electric field and magnetic field. Here the charged particles moving with a velocity v through an uniform electric field and magnetic field, then it experiences a force due to electric field and magnetic field. Then can you say what will be the force experienced by the charged particle due to this electric field? What will be the force experienced on the charged particle due to electric field? Yes, it's right. Say louder. Anyone? Unmute and say. What is the force exerted on this charge by the electric field? Nandana?
QE.
Yes, F is equal to QE. Similarly, what is the force exerted on the charged particle by the magnetic field? Aditya? Can you say what is the force exerted on the charged particle by the magnetic field?
Ma'am, Q into V into B.
Yes, very good. Q into V cross B. This is our equation number 2. So here a charged particle Q moving with an velocity V through a uniform magnetic and electric field. So automatically what happens? Due to the presence of this electric field and magnetic field, it experiences a force. So a force is exerted on the charged particle by the electric field and magnetic field. The force exerted on the charged particle by the electric field is given by F is equal to QE. Similarly, the force exerted on the charged particle by the magnetic field is given by F is equal to Q into V cross B. Then what will be the total force that is acting on the charged particle? What will be the total force that will be acting on the charged particle? That is the net force acting on the charged particle. Yes, it is due to the force exerted by the electric field and magnetic field. The net force acting on the charged particle is given by force exerted on the charged particle by electric field plus force exerted on the charged particle by magnetic field. Is there any doubt in these conditions? Here the charged particle moving with a velocity v through a uniform electric and magnetic field. Then the two forces is exerted on the charged particle is, one is the force due to electric field and other is the force due to magnetic field. Then the net force exerted on the magnetic field is the sum of the force due to this electric field and the magnetic field respectively. Therefore, the net force that is acting on the charged particle is given by, what is the force due to electric field? Anna? Force due to electric field,
QE.
QE, plus force due to magnetic field, Emmanuel.
Ma'am, Q into B into
Yes, Q into V cross B. This is what is known as Lorentz force. Okay, this equation is known as Lorentz force. The net force acting on a charged particle when it is moving with a velocity through a uniform electric field and magnetic field is known as Lorentz force. So the Lorentz force is the combined force on a charged particle due to both electric and magnetic field. If a particle of charge Q moves with a velocity v in the presence of a uniform electric field and magnetic field B, then it will experience a force. That net force that is acting on the charged particle is given by F is equal to QE plus Q into V cross B. Since the force is a vector quantity, here you can see the vector representation of the Lorentz force. Vector F is equal to Q into vector E plus Q into vector V cross B vector. Here both velocity and magnetic field are vector quantities. Electric field is also a vector quantity. That is why this vector sign is here. So Lorentz force is nothing, it is the combined force on a charged particle due to the uniform electric and magnetic field. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In this equation, the first term is due to the force exerted by the electric field. This first term is due to the force exerted by electric field, and the second term is due to the force exerted by the magnetic field, right? The first term is due to the force exerted by the electric field, and the second term is due to the force exerted by the magnetic field. And we have already studied the characteristics of the force exerted by the electric field in the first two chapters. So now we are not need to concentrate on that term, but now we are going to concentrate on the second term, that is the force exerted due to the magnetic field. What are the characteristics of the force exerted on a charged particle by the magnetic field? So what is the force exerted by the magnetic field on a charged particle? The next heading, write a subheading. Characteristics of force due to magnetic field. Force due to magnetic field. Characteristics of force due to magnetic field. The force exerted on a charged particle by the presence of magnetic field is given by F is equal to Q into V cross B. Or we can say that F is equal to QVB sine theta. F is equal to Q into V cross B, or we can say that F is equal to QVB sine theta. So the first characteristics of the force due to magnetic field, this force depends upon charge Q, velocity V and the magnetic field B. The first characteristics is the force due to magnetic field, that is F is equal to Q into V cross B. This force depends upon charge Q, velocity V and the magnetic field B. The force due to magnetic field depends upon charge Q, velocity V and the magnetic field B. That is From this equation itself, it is clear that this F is depends upon Q, V and B. If the charge is positive, then the direction of force will be forward. Then the force will be acting, then the force will be directed forward. If the charge is positive, then the direction of the force is forward. Then if the charge is negative, what will be the direction of the force? If the charge is positive, the direction, it is backward. Okay. So the force produced by the magnetic field is depends upon the sign of the charge. Okay. If the sign of the charge is varies, then the direction of the force is also changes, and vice versa. That is, if the charge is positive, the direction of the force is forward. If the charge is negative, the direction of the force is backward. This is the first point. The force is depends upon charge, velocity and magnetic field. Depending upon the sign of the charge, the direction of the charge is also changes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
earlier we wrote, right, F is equal to QVB sine theta.
Yes.
So theta also is a...
Yes, it is also depends upon theta. We will discuss it in the next point. The second one, the second characteristics of the force exerted by the magnetic field is, the force is perpendicular to both velocity and magnetic field. That is, if the angle theta between this velocity and magnetic field B is 90 degree, then only the force due to magnetic field is exist. We know that F is equal to Q into V cross B. That is, F is equal to QVB sine theta. And this force due to magnetic field is exist if and only if this theta is equal to 90 degree. That is, the angle between this velocity and magnetic field is 90 degree, or the force is perpendicular to both velocity and magnetic field, then only the force due to the magnetic field is present. You just imagine if the theta is equal to 0, what will be the value of F? If the theta between the velocity vector V and B is 0, the force is exerted by the magnetic field is exist if and only if the velocity and magnetic field is perpendicular to each other. Okay, the force is perpendicular to both velocity and magnetic field. If and only if the angle between this B and V is 90 degree, then only the force is present. So this is the second characteristic. Force is perpendicular to the both velocity and the magnetic field. Now the third characteristics of the force exerted by the magnetic field. For a charge at rest, for a charge at rest, what happens to the force due to magnetic field? For a charge at rest, what will be the force exerted by magnetic field? Yes? For a charge at rest, again I am stressing on this rest. For a charge at rest, what will be the value of force due to magnetic field? Yes?
0.
It is 0. Why? Very good. It is 0. Why?
Only moving charges produce.
Very good. Only moving charges are producing the magnetic field. Only the moving charges are producing the magnetic field. Here the charge at rest, then the force exerted by the magnetic field is 0. Then the force due to magnetic field is 0. So this is the last characteristics of the force due to magnetic field. So the first characteristic is the force due to magnetic field is depends upon Q, V, B and also the theta. That is the angle between velocity and that of the magnetic field, where Q is the charge, V is the velocity and B is the magnetic field. In connection with that point, we can say that depending upon the sign of the charge, the direction of the force is also changes. In the second characteristics, we say that the force due to magnetic field is perpendicular to both velocity and that of the magnetic field. That is, if the angle between the velocity and that of the magnetic field is 90 degree, that is they are perpendicular, then only the force due to magnetic field is exist or present. And in the third case, for a charge at rest, that is here the charge is stationary, they are not moving. In that case also, the force due to magnetic field is 0, because we have studied that the magnetic field arises only due to the presence of moving charges. So this is all about the Lorentz force, and these are the characteristics of the force due to magnetic field. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes.
If you have any doubt, you can ask. So Lorentz force is nothing, it is due to the combined effect of both electric field and magnetic field. When a charged particle with a velocity v is moving through a uniform electric field and magnetic field, it experiences the force due to the presence of this electric field and magnetic field. So the net force acting on this charged particle is known as Lorentz force. That is, the net force acting on the charged particle is given by F is equal to QE plus Q into V cross B. And we are already studied or discussed about the properties of the charged particles, the force experienced by the electric field in the previous classes. That is why we are not repeating the points here again. And here we are discussing about the characteristics of the force experienced by the charged particle due to the magnetic field. Okay, I hope this is clear to you, right? Now we can move to the next topic, that is velocity selector. All of you write the next heading. Velocity selector. So the next topic is velocity selector. Have you heard about this term velocity selector before? Velocity selector is a device that is used to separate the charged particle. Write the definition of velocity selector. It is a device that is used to separate the charged particles. Velocity selector is a device that is used to separate the charged particle. This method was this method employed by Sir J.J. Thomson. This method of velocity selector employed by Sir J.J. Thomson.
Ma'am, one more time.
This method of velocity selector employed by Sir J.J. Thomson. It is also used in mass spectrometer. It is also used in mass spectrometer. It is also used in mass spectrometer. To measure charge to mass ratio of electron. To measure charge to mass ratio of electron. So velocity selector is a device that is used to separate the charge particle. It is employed by Sir J.J. Thomson, and it is also used in mass spectrometer to measure the charge to mass ratio of an electron. Okay. Now we can explain the working of or the velocity selector. What is the principle of working of this velocity selector? So first of all, consider a beam of charged particles. Consider a beam of charged particle are moving with different velocity. Okay. So here we are consider a beam of charged particle moving with different velocities. So now we want to select these charged particles in terms of uniform velocity. Okay. So here initially we have a set of charged particles, but they are moving with a different velocity. Now we want to select a set of charged particle with a uniform velocity. So for that, what we are going to do that, we are consider a transverse electric and magnetic field. So by the term transverse and magnetic field, by the term transverse electric and magnetic field, I mean that I kept the electric field and magnetic field perpendicular to each other and allow this beam of charged particles to pass through this transverse electric and magnetic field. So initially we consider a beam of charged particle. This is the beam of charged particle. They are moving with the different velocities V1, V2, V3 and V4. But we need a set of charged particle. We need to select a set of charged particles with a uniform velocity. For that we consider a transverse electric and magnetic field. So you don't need to confuse by hearing this transverse electric and magnetic field, by which mean that we are placing an electric field and magnetic field perpendicular. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. So consider a mutually perpendicular electric and magnetic field and pass the beam of charged particle through this perpendicular electric and magnetic field. Okay, so in the second step, we are passing this electric field, we are passing this beam of charged particle through this perpendicular electric and magnetic field.
Ma'am,
Yes?
passing a beam of
In the second step, we are passing this beam of charged particle, pass the beam of charged particle through this transverse electric and magnetic field. Through this transverse magnetic and electric field. Suppose we are passing this charge particle through this direction. It is also mutually perpendicular to here. And by adjusting the value of this electric field and that of the magnetic field, in the third step, we are adjusting the value of this mutually perpendicular electric field and magnetic field. By adjusting the value of electric field and magnetic field, we can make the velocity of the charged particles equal. By adjusting the value of the electric field and magnetic field, we can make the velocity of the charged particles equal.
And by adjusting,
By adjusting the value of electric field and magnetic field, by adjusting the value of electric field and magnetic field, we can make the velocity of the charged particles equal. Then, by adjusting this electric field and magnetic field, we mean that by the term adjusting the electric field and the magnetic field, we mean that by adjusting the magnetic field and electric field, we mean that the force exerted on the charged particle, the force exerted on the charged particle by the electric field and magnetic field are equal. By adjusting the electric field and magnetic field, we mean that the force exerted on the charged particle Q by the electric field and magnetic field are equal. That is, the force due to electric field is equal to the force due to magnetic field. So this is the working principle of the velocity selector. So in order to select the velocities of charged particles with equal velocities of charged particle, we are allowed this charged particle with a different velocity through a transverse electric and magnetic field. And by adjusting this value of electric field and magnetic field, we get a beam of charged particle with a uniform velocity. For that, what we are doing, we make the force exerted on the charged particle by the electric field and magnetic field are equal. That is, the force exerted by the electric field is equal to force exerted by the magnetic field. What is the force exerted by the electric field? What is the equation? The force exerted on the charged particle by the electric field is given by F is equal to QE. Similarly, what is the force exerted on the charged particle by the magnetic field? F is equal to? Very good. F is equal to Q into V cross B. Or we can write Q is equal to QVB sin theta, where theta is the angle between the velocity of the charged particle and that of the magnetic field. And here the velocity of the charged particle is also perpendicular to that of the magnetic field. So the angle theta between them is equal to 90 degree. It is entering in this way. It is also in a mutually perpendicular direction. Here the velocity of the charged particle, magnetic field and also the electric field are mutually perpendicular. Here the angle between the velocity and that of the magnetic field, theta is equal to 90 degree. So we can write QE is equal to QVB. QE is equal to QVB. From both sides we can cut this Q, so we get E is equal to VB, or from this we have V is equal to E by B. This is the equation for the velocity selector. So the charge with this velocity is passing through the magnetic field or the uniform electric field or magnetic field which is in perpendicular. We get the uniform velocity. This is the principle of velocity selector. V is equal to E by B. So this condition can be used to select the charge particles of a particular velocity. V is equal to E by B. So one of the condition for getting the uniform velocity, the electric field, magnetic field, and also the velocity of the charge particle. Here the charge particle is moving with a different velocity V. All these velocity B and E, the three of these factors must be mutually perpendicular. Then only the condition of velocity selector can be attained. V is equal to E by B. This is the equation for velocity selector.
And which charge should be mutually perpendicular?
Magnetic field B, electric field E, and the velocity of the charged particle. Magnetic field B, electric field E, and the velocity of the charged particle must be in mutually perpendicular direction. That is, the electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, and it is also perpendicular to the velocity of the particle. Then only the condition of the velocity selector is applicable. V is equal to E by B. This is the equation for velocity selector. Velocity selector is a device that is used to select the uniform velocity, select or to separate the charged particles. And the same method is employed in the mass spectrometer. You don't need to be study about the working of mass spectrometer. You just have an idea about it. That's all. Okay. So now we were discussing about the two topics. One is Lorentz force and other is velocity selector. I hope this is clear to you, right? Okay. Can we wind up this today's class? So see you in the next class. Bye. Thank you all.